Hello everyone, I am Medha Seni and behind the camera with me is Megha Patel. Today we have an exclusive opportunity to interview a group CEO, Pankaj Poddar. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, what about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So we have a set of questions to ask you related to Women's Day. So are you ready?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Let's begin with the first question. Obviously it's about Women's Day. So what does Women's Day means to you?
It means a lot, but this concept came in 1910 by a lady called Clara in Germany.
Yeah.
And at that time there were two things. One is that it is to celebrate the success of women, and second is during those times women were oppressed because I think it was a world where physical power was more important than the mental power. And then it was decided that all countries will celebrate it together. So it was a great idea, and since then it has actually helped in bringing equality. But what we were missing, and I think in India there's still a lot more work to be done in terms of women's participation into work life, so that the countries can progress faster. So it's a very good phenomena, and it must be celebrated in true spirit.
Very well answered, sir. So coming to the next question, as the saying goes, behind every successful man there's a woman. We want to know who is the one behind you.
So I've been inspired by many women, starting with my mother, who used to, I have always, two things which I never forget from what she used to say. First is that, you should always make another attempt.
Right.
And there are many small things when, something did not happen, and she told me that, Pankaj, why don't you try again? And it used to happen in my second trial. So that was a great inspiration. The second thing which I always remember is that she always used to say that people who succeed are also, the kids of somebody, right?
Right.
So why don't you try for more? And that used to inspire me really to try my best, whether it's a sport or education. Then second person I would say is my sister, who taught me a lot on hygiene, discipline.
Oh, what's her name?
Respect for women, Pratibha Agarwal.
Okay.
So, respect and so many different things.
Right.
Then my wife, especially that whenever there are tough times, she's the one to motivate me, to tell me that, look, better things are there to come. So she's the one who takes the difficult element of life. My daughter, because she also always expects me to do more in life, so she will keep saying, Papa, can this be done better? Then I would say all the women who are working in our office,
right,
they again really inspire me, because for women it's so tough. One is to manage their home, and most of the females in India are still managing their homes,
right,
and then at the same time making sure that they come to the office, they give those 8-10 hours in the office, and deliver at both the ends, which is never easy. But here again I would say two of my direct reports, whom I would certainly like to mention, who give a lot to the company. Not that other women do not give, they equally give a lot. But especially my two direct reports, Ashima Runa, who is into HR.
right.
See her very inspiring, very strong on HR, very strong on people management. And Shagun, who is managing marketing of all the different companies. So both are doing extremely well, and I feel that we should obviously have more women in the leadership roles.
So it's not just a single woman, there are many women behind the success of the company, and obviously the one supporting you.
Yeah.
Nice. So, okay, next question. This one is interesting. So, how have the women in your company shaped the organizational culture and overall performance?
So women, as I said, they are very intelligent. They are hardworking, and that's how they manage two ends of their life. Not just that, they bring a lot of charm to the organization. They bring the culture itself to the men's side of the world.
Right.
The men become more disciplined when women is around. So that is another thing that I see that women bring to the table. But overall, and the other thing I firmly believe is the integrity part of females is normally much better. So they are someone who will always ensure that they complete their projects on time. They do it with all the sincerity. They are far more loyal. And they are the ones who will be always able to, because they have to make sure they have to also manage home. So they are the ones who are able to meet their targets faster.
That's really nice. Let's begin with the fun part now. Okay, sir, your first question is, you already know about the hashtag game going on Instagram and LinkedIn, and everywhere hashtags are trending. So if you have to come up with a trending hashtag for women of Cosmo First, what will it be?
I would say if hashtag leading ladies at Cosmo becomes viral, nothing like it.
Not bad. Guys, please note it down. Okay, so next question. Okay, this is interesting. Who's your favorite actress?
Alia Bhatt. In the recent
Okay.
times, I would say.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. If you are supposed to host a podcast celebrating women's achievement, who will be your first guest and why?
I will say again in the recent times, I will say Nirmala Sitharaman.
Okay,
She managed her 4-5 years. One is she's a MA economics,
right.
and it was not an easy subject to manage the finances of the country, and she has done so well in last 5 years. And some of the things she has done so beautifully, and they were easy things, but somehow others would have also done it in different degrees, but seeing the last 5 years, she has managed it extremely well. One is definitely your infrastructure budget, where she has increased the infrastructure very significantly. Second, I would say education, where a lot of new institutes are being opened up in the recent years.
Right.
Third is when the private investments were not happening, she came up with PLI schemes, especially in the sectors where India had to really go up places, and she has brought it in so many different sectors, and that has
Right.
allowed the industry to put up their investments. The fourth, again, a very good initiative which was brought by her, I think, during the COVID times, is where she said that any new company who sets up will
Right.
get a 15% taxation from a normal 25% taxation. So that was also very innovative, and I think these 4 things has really helped India in progressing the way India is progressing today.
Okay, so any particular question, any specific question you have in mind you want to ask her?
What next?
So coming to the next part, it's a rapid fire round. It's rapid
Okay.
fire with Medha, you
Okay.
can say.
Okay.
You don't have to take a pause.
Okay, let me try.
Okay, so your first question is, who was the first woman to produce her own TV talk show?
Oprah Winfrey.
Nice. And next question, which country was the first to give women the right to vote?
I think New Zealand.
Okay, in which year? Do you remember?
I won't. No.
Okay, so the answer is it was in 1893.
Okay.
So who was the youngest ever winner of Nobel Peace Prize?
It was this Pakistani girl, Malala
Yusuf.
yeah.
Yeah. She won it at the age of 17
years, that's right.
Yeah.
She was very inspiring, yes.
Not bad. All your answers are correct till now. Okay, so the next question, it's related to Women's Day theme 2024. So what is the theme of this year, Women's Day?
It's, I think, inspire inclusion.
Yes, definitely it is. How are you looking forward to celebrate in your office?
One is celebration you do normally to, I would say, recognize the work done by the woman.
Yeah.
But there are so many things that we can do. First is that obviously we need to increase the diversity rates in Cosmo, which is still not to the levels that we intend to. So I am going to definitely urge everyone to make sure that they pass a strong message to the women around them, so that more women can join Cosmo and we can continuously increase the diversity rates. But I'm sure we'll be celebrating like every year, and making sure we give our due respect to all the women in the company.
Very well answered. Okay, so last question of the rapid fire round. This is related to the organization. Who was the first female employee of Cosmo First?
I don't know that.
You don't know that? Okay, you can talk about the last one. You can say the name of the last one.
Again, not so easy, but I would say perhaps Megha, who is right now recording, perhaps she's one of them, and maybe at the plant, I believe Neha. So very similar names, but those are the two if I recollect. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So winding up this interview, I have one last question. It's not a question, it's a message you want to give to all the women of Cosmo First.
There are actually many, not just one or two.
Okay.
Keep inspiring, keep giving your best every day, and third thing is also inspire other women whom you know who are educated, whether married, unmarried, who have just come out of the college, to join either the business side of it or whatever they really want to do it, but not just limit themselves to home space, because in today's world when you see women, they're not very happy staying at home alone, right?
Everyone
so
wants,
everyone wants to go
wants
out.
to work. Yeah.
So there are some tough periods in the life of women, and then the other thing is, as a male part, we need to make sure that we also support women more, so that they don't end up taking both sides of it. Maybe we help on the other side, which we guys don't do as much as we need to.
That's a very beautiful message, sir. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for giving this interview. We are looking forward to take more such interviews.
Sure.